Hey gamers, Mr. Terry here. Welcome to Mr. Terry Gaming, and today we are going to check out a gameplay overview trailer for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So if you don't know me, I am a high school history teacher. I love history, of course, and then I also love video games. And one of my favorite series out there is Assassin's Creed because it blends history and it blends awesome gameplay. I love this series. And so Valhalla, I'm sure you all know, is a Viking setting. And this was announced a while ago, and they've had reveal trailers and stuff. But what we haven't really seen yet is gameplay. And the gameplay kind of content is just barely coming out now. And I wanted to basically kind of watch this with you. This is a reaction video. I haven't seen it. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do, what changes possibly are they going to make, and are they going to continue on with kind of the progression, the weapon system, the fighting system that they've kind of been going on now with Origins and with Odyssey, or are they going to kind of take it to a different style, you know, for the next console era? So let's go ahead and check this out and let me know what you guys think. Is this a game, again, that you're looking forward to? I'm ready to go, though. I got my Viking shirt, and let's see what they got here. So this is official gameplay overview trailer. So let's see what actually playing this game is like. Love the long ships. I wonder how much naval combat there's going to be.
In Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you will relive the epic saga of the Viking invasion of England.
Okay.
You play as Eivor, a Viking from Norway, who will lead his or her battle-hardened warriors across the North Sea.
Okay, so you're going to be able to choose the gender of the character. That was kind of cool in Odyssey, how you could play as Alexios or Cassandra. So that's kind of cool. It just makes it, you know, different. I wonder if like Odyssey, it's going to be kind of the same thing though, where it really doesn't change the game at all. It's basically the same dialogue and stuff like that. I mean, that would kind of make sense that way. But again, I'm wondering what kind of hopefully they talk about naval combat. What ratio is it going to have? I really like with Odyssey the ratio it had of kind of doing land stuff and ocean stuff. It wasn't like too much. I kind of like that.
To the British Isles.
So Eivor.
Eivor is driven by an ambitious goal: to build a thriving Norse settlement in a hostile land.
Right.
For the good of our clan, it is time we go a Viking. Today
So raids.
we raid, that tomorrow we may build.
I wonder if that's like a whole gameplay thing.
England is
raids.
a dark age tangle of broken kingdoms and warring dynasties.
So you push,
A land of
push Y to
opportunity and
raid.
riches. As you prowl England's
Christian
rivers
village
by
here.
longship, you may raid locations you spot from the shoreline. Ground your ship and blow your horn to lead your raiding crew into battle.
So that's kind of interesting. So you do like these. It's actually a game mode in a way. Is raids. You're going through little towns. All right, you go raid them. Probably get their stuff. That was the fearsome thing of Vikings, right? That they would raid villages, and then again, like if you saw somewhere like England, if it was a place that seemed really nice to settle, then they might do an invasion with actually trying to settle, because a lot of what Vikings did too was raid, basically loot it, go back home kind of thing. But the England case, they were actually attempting to do something long term. Oh, okay, so we're actually seeing like stuff. All right, so obviously we got archery, flaming archery, so you can burn down the buildings. It makes sense, because that's what they would do.
Your crew will assist you in all your raids, fighting enemies, battering down doors, and stealing cargo too heavy for one set of arms. Whatever riches and resources you pillage may be used to develop your settlement, giving you access to useful services, better tools, and new settlers.
So you're like totally the bad guy. You're going raiding these innocent villages, right? To steal you basically kill their people, steal their stuff, loot everything they have, and then it looks like you're using that to build up your home base, which is, the building up of a home base is not a mechanic. I remember doing that. You did that in like Assassin's Creed 2 and stuff like that, where you build up, you like, you know, renovate the towns and stuff like that. So it seems like that's kind of what you're doing here.
At the heart of your settlement is the Alliance map. It will serve as a record of the allies you have made.
Okay,
A
so
guide for future opportunities.
So what I had heard about this was they were going to do basically a scaled down version of all of England, kind of like how in the last two games, so like with, well, especially with Odyssey, where they basically try to do all of Greece, just kind of smaller in scale, but like the whole thing. I heard they were kind of do that with all of England, and it looks like maybe that's kind of what they're showing here, which I think is pretty cool. I think it's cool. I think you either do that, or you go with a lot of towns, but just smaller versions of them, but, you know, smaller versions of a bigger area. Or you go, like, have one big area, but it's one city. So, like, something to contrast that with would be, like, Assassin's Creed 2, where you have multiple cities, like Florence, Venice, etc. So they're a little smaller. Or you do like what they did in Brotherhood, which was the whole thing is Rome, but it's bigger. And I kind of like you do one or the other.
The Viking Age was a time of warriors and legends.
All right, it's different.
In Valhalla, you will find the largest variety of enemies ever assembled in an Assassin's Creed game.
So I see, okay, so when you look here, this looks very similar to Odyssey, where you've got, it looks like your melee power-ups, if you see my mouse in the bottom right corner, your melee special abilities, and then on the left, you got your archery. That guy was like
Every
juking.
archetype offers a unique challenge.
Mash.
Some will coordinate with their allies for special attacks,
get out of holds.
while others will use nearby objects to their advantage, including the bodies of fallen warriors.
Oh, I've never seen that before. That's kind of a neat mechanic. Let's look at that again.
Objects to their advantage, including the bodies of fallen warriors.
You're just going to throw like a
To face these attacks,
200-pound guy.
you must find and exploit your opponent's weaknesses to gain the upper hand.
I mean, that's always good. I mean, that's always good with games where it's like the enemies obviously should have a different type of battle mechanic. You know what I mean? Like some guy's got a shield. Obviously, you got to break him. If he doesn't have a shield, then you want to go after him. That kind of thing. So that's good.
The fight to your foes with a host of brutal new combat abilities. Snare them with a Viking harpoon. Pummel them with throwing axes. Incapacitate them with the new stun system to keep them at a distance. Or finish them off.
So I saw that like scorpion from Mortal Kombat. It's like a I don't know what you call those, but like the rope with the projectile on the end. You get them, bring them over there. That sounds like it could be pretty cool. All right, looks like we got some inventory now. So probably gonna, yeah, just like the other ones where you're gonna pick up weapons as you go, and they're gonna be higher level and stuff like that.
Dual wield any two weapons you wish to unleash a deadly combination of attacks.
So it's all one-handed melee. I like that.
Customize
In
your fighting style as you see fit.
In Odyssey, my favorite thing was I liked the daggers for whatever. I just thought it was faster, and that's why I liked it. But having the two things, didn't have like a shield or nothing. You just had the two smaller swords. That was my favorite style. So maybe hopefully this plays to that.
And become a legendary Viking warrior. All combinations of weapons are available to dual wield, including two shields.
Two shields, so you can use them as a weapon. That's kind of cool. I wonder though if they're going to be as good attack-wise, where you hit them with it. But that could be kind of neat. Two shields. Maybe you can protect yourself from, like, that might be good to use when you're facing a whole bunch of archers or something like that. Man, they really went for the blood and guts.
Situations call for violence.
Okay, gotta have stealth.
In this new
It's
land,
Assassin's Creed. You gotta
a
have
Viking
stealth.
must find a way to adapt. As Eivor is not welcome in England, you may need to outsmart your enemies, avoiding unwanted attention in towns and bustling cities.
Okay, so they kind of got away from that mechanic, the blending mechanic. They kind of got away with that with the last couple Assassin's Creed, and it makes assassinations and just like going through towns a lot harder. And I like that mechanic where you kind of blend in, right? And so that's a good thing that they're bringing back.
Use Eivor's hood and cloak to blend with crowds and slip past watchful eyes, an unseen hunter among the people. From
Good.
capital cities and villages to the dense forests and rolling hills of England, exploration is vital to keeping yourself sharp.
This is
You
a big
must
part of
feed off
games.
the land if you hope to endure.
What the heck was he doing right there?
Yourself sharp. You must feed off the land if
This.
you hope to endure.
What is that? It's like break some ice, piece of
Hunt and
ice.
forage to replenish your health and fortify your
Ooh, that's a
equipment.
big wolf. Holy crap. Aw, wolf.
Search
Stonehenge.
pagan temples and Roman ruins for new activities and challenges to strengthen yourself and your settlement.
Cool, cool. I love anytime they can put in real. I mean, that's what I appreciate the most on the deeper level of this game is when you can put in actual historical locations. I love seeing them in a different time period, whether it's ancient or like it's in its current use.
The more you explore, the more of England's secrets you will reveal.
Ravens, show no
Swords.
mercy.
So what's
But
this?
as
Like,
you push deeper into England, the enemy will push back.
this is like the
In a
siege.
series of climactic
Sieging.
moments, Assassin's Creed Valhalla will feature massive assaults in which you will lead Eivor's army into battle against heavily guarded Saxon fortresses.
This is cool. Now, okay, so now we're getting into some new stuff. Basically, sieges, right? This is cool. So you got like, yeah, battering ram here. You saw like the trying to get ladders up and over. So this is a very different thing. Everything else, I mean, the raiding is kind of what you can kind of do anyways. It kind of reminds me of maybe in something like Odyssey where you have to kind of go in and take over a fort, that kind of thing. But this looks like it's taking that a lot further. So it's a big group and trying to raid this. This looks really cool.
The battle against heavily guarded Saxon fortresses.
Today we will reclaim her. Today we fight for your land. And tomorrow we rebuild.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla will transport you to wondrous and haunted lands, inspired by Norse
Whoa.
myths and
Okay.
England's pagan roots. It will challenge.
So there's going to be some
and surprise
mythology.
with unforgettable characters, thrilling triumphs, and tragic losses, giving you the chance to live your own
Whoa.
Viking saga.
Well, is that part of what happens when you assassinate somebody? It does like what are those sniper games, Sniper Elite or whatever, where they like show the internal details of getting shot, or in this case, stabbed. Looks beautiful. It's like Odyssey was beautiful. This has so many landscapes.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla, available November 17th.
November 17th. Did we have a for sure date? Is that the first time we've seen the for sure one? Now, one of the things we were trying to see though, because the new consoles don't have a release date, but will probably be around there. Now, it looks like down here it says Xbox Series X, Xbox One, PS4. I mean, it's obviously going to be on the PS5, right? It just doesn't show there. But anyway, it looks like, yeah, I mean, they are putting it on both consoles. I thought I had heard something like, if you, was it this game that if you bought, like, the PS4 version, then you could automatically get, like, the PS5 version when it comes out. I thought I heard them say that. Maybe you get, like, a digital code or something. That's pretty cool, but, like, because, you know, what if just in case, like, the new console gets delayed and you don't want to wait, you want to play it even if it's on the old console. I heard that they were going to do that. I think that's a really cool move if they do that. I thought I had heard that. I don't know. I got to look up, double check, but I thought that was pretty good. But it would obviously be really cool if this, because I was November 19th, it said, or whatever, that this could be an actual launch title for the new consoles. Like, this could be the first game that you buy for that. That would be very cool, just so you could get them both at the same time. Because if you get the console, you want to have a cool new game to play. So, all right, well, okay, thoughts looking back now. Everything looks cool. It looks like it's got most of the, as far as the combat mechanics, looks very similar to what they had been doing with Odyssey and Origins. The big difference that looked like that those games started to do I just feel like all the games before, the combat was basically counter attack, like, you know, block, counter, dodge, counter, whatever. And it was pretty easy to do that. It took a little bit to get like the newer combat, which did require a bit more skill. And it looks like, though, that maybe, because I feel like for the most part in like Odyssey, you didn't have to change the way you fought the enemies very much. I feel like you didn't really have to do that. You kind of could just kind of hack and slash and dodge, but you didn't have to change much for the different people. This looks like maybe it's kind of a blending where that used to be a bigger deal, it seems like, in the older games, where the different type of enemy was different. Like ones you had to absolutely break their defense, and you really have to do that, I feel like, in the older ones. This maybe is like blending that, where it's got the more attack mechanics where you don't have to just counter everybody, but also with the different enemies, you're going to have to probably do like a block, counter, break defense, that kind of thing. So that'd be cool if they can kind of blend what the Assassin's Creed combat styles were like over this, you know, last 10 years. That's cool. It looks like you kind of are playing the bad guy, it looks like, in this. You know, with these raids and stuff like that, you're the one invading somebody. You're not defending against something. So I'm interested how they kind of play that out. If they tried to make the story seem more favorable towards the actions of these Vikings. But I thought the coolest thing, though, that they were adding is this siege gameplay or whatever, or mode, mechanic, whatever you want to call it. That sounds like it could be really fun, because English castles, that's what they were known for, is these, they were like impenetrable. You couldn't get into them. And this will be cool to see how that plays out. Another, just you know, the more the better, right? As long as those things are fleshed out really well. So this has just kept me still excited for this game. I'm definitely going to be getting it. Nothing's changed there. In fact, it's just solidified that this is going to have some cool stuff in it. So let me know what you guys think. Is this still something that you are looking forward to? Do you like the setting? Do you like what they're doing with the gameplay mechanics here? To me, they all seem pretty good. So yeah, I'd love to hear what you got. So you can talk in the comments. Better yet, come over to the Discord server. Go down below, and there's a good gaming channel within the server that you can go ahead and check out, and that would be awesome. Make sure, if you're new to the channel too, that you like and subscribe, as I'm trying to grow this new gaming channel. If you don't know about my main channel, Mr. Terry History, there's a link down below, and other ways you can support the channel that way. All right, and with that, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.